This is Courtney Rowland with Aggie AYTV. With me today is Texas A&M outside linebacker coach Nick Toth. Can you just describe to me how it is, first of all, coming from the Citadel to A&M, that transition, is also coaching defensive backs, now linebackers, that transition, as well as the new roles and responsibilities that it holds for you?
Sure. Well, obviously there's a big difference between being at Citadel and Texas A&M. The speed of the game is a little bit faster here. The schemes aren't any more complicated. You're coaching the same technique, but these guys are moving a little bit faster. The other thing that's much more accelerated here is the recruiting. And obviously, recruiting here is much farther in advance. 1AA recruiting is a little bit slower. We're on kids a lot earlier here. The evaluation's a little bit more in depth. So we're just getting on them a little bit sooner. It's been a good transition. We're just really working on developing our guys right now, getting them to fit into this scheme. So.
How is it for you also getting to play under Coach Reuter and now working alongside him?
Right, it's really cool. I loved him as a player. If you're a recruit coming in to play for Tim DeRuyter, he's high energy now, and he's a pump you up guy. You're always going to feel good about yourself. He's going to put you in spots to play fast. And that's how it was as a player. And now, coaching for him, he's got a lot of faith in his players. He's got a lot of faith in his coaches. So it's fun. He's going to let you go ahead and do your job. So it's kind of fun.
And him bringing the 3-4 defensive scheme into A&M, do you think that is something that can turn the defense around next year?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing that these guys wanted was to be aggressive. You watched it all last year on their tape, and they're trying to be aggressive. And one thing this scheme does, it's going to dictate some tempo. Whether we're right or wrong or moving slow or fast, we're going to be running at that quarterback. And we're going to be running at him from a lot of different angles. So it's going to dictate a little bit of tempo, and it's going to get our guys playing a little more aggressive than they have. So, you should see something different in a hurry, just because we're running at that quarterback a little bit more than we have been here.
Inheriting Von Miller as the nation's, #1 in sacks, how is that? Does that make your job a whole lot easier? And how has he been for you since you've gotten to see him play spring?
Sure, yeah. Coaching Vaughn, sometimes I'm just trying not to mess him up. The guy's got so much God-given ability, he turns it loose. So we're trying to refine his technique a little bit. He's such a good athlete that he can use some kind of upper-level technique, some NFL-type stuff in terms of pass rush, and coach him a little bit differently. But, this defense is built for guys like that. It's built for athletes on the edge. It takes guys that are raw pass rushers and really, really fast, or guys that are really good cover guys, and it puts them in spaces where they get to be successful. And Vaughn is that guy. No matter where you put him, he's dangerous. He's coming. You don't want to block him. He's dropping. Boy, it's hard to get around him as a receiver. So it's been real fun coaching him. Just trying not to mess him up.
And now that implementing the new scheme is kind of coming to an end and the players are starting to compete a little bit more, who is standing out to you that might grab a starting position or just standing out here at spring practice so far?
Sean Porter, our field outside linebacker has been exceptional. We got an All-American in Vaughn, but number 10, Sean Porter, is right there behind him now. I'm not going to call him an All-American, but that guy shows up every day. He's really, really fast off the edge. He can do any drop that we need, so he's been impressive. And Charlie Thomas, another young guy that's playing outside linebacker for us, is just a pup. He's just a redshirt freshman, but he's playing well above his years. He's pretty dangerous out there, so those two guys have been exceptional.
All right, well, great. Thank you, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
This has been Courtney Rowland for Aggie AYTV.